What's up, everyone? This is Destroyer229, and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 4. Last time, we learned that midterms are happening soon. Woo! Also, the rain has begun to fall, and fog will occur tonight. So let's make sure that nothing odd is going to happen. We don't want to take any chances. Alright, it's midnight. And the fog has set in. If everything goes as it should... No one's on the Midnight Channel. Thank goodness.
Are you feeling better now?
Yes, thanks to all of you. I'd like to thank you once again for what happened.
Don't mention it. But, hey, your uniform.
Huh? Yes. After contemplating the matter, I went with what I've been wearing thus far. There's no need for you to...
Hey, it's the Detective Prince.
That's no prince. I heard he's a she.
Huh? You serious? If he's a she, then... oh, crap!
Kinda disappointed. But then again, there's something neat about it. Yeah, if you look at it a certain way, doesn't she seem pretty cool?
My, rumors spread so quickly.
Well, hey, we're on your side now, Tao.
Thank you. But it doesn't bother me at all. There's no need to worry on my behalf. So please, treat me as you did before. That aside, I'd like to discuss the case with you all. We're dealing with a kidnap and murder case perpetrated by someone lurking in this very town. And it isn't over yet. Let's go over the finer points after school.
Sounds good. With a detective on our side, maybe we'll get to things more quickly.
First, I heard the doorbell ring. But when I opened the front door, I saw no one there. Just as alarm bells sounded in my mind, someone grabbed me roughly from behind and covered my mouth with something. Immediately afterward, I was put into something like a sack and most likely carried on the culprit's shoulder.
Wow, how could you remember all that?
The culprit seems to have used a chemical to incapacitate me, but luckily I wasn't completely unconscious. I had been expecting a trick along those lines, so I was somewhat prepared. And of course, I was desperate to gather as much information as I could.
No wonder you're an ace detective.
That ain't something to be proud of. You are too damn calm about all this.
Judging by their actions and body type, I'd say the culprit is definitely a man. I heard no conversations or voices, so I believe he is acting alone. It's after that that things get murky. I felt a single impact, which I assume is when I was thrown inside the TV. But the time from kidnapping to that point seemed too short. It was a matter of minutes.
So you were immediately thrown inside the TV after being kidnapped. Oh, could there have been a TV on the side of the road?
Regrettably, my memory from there on is a blur.
I see. But man, the killer came right up to the door and rang the bell? That's just crazy.
I finally understand why you all testified that you couldn't recall much of what happened. Such a bizarre experience, with mental and physical fatigue on top of it, it's only natural to be confused. And going by the surrounding circumstances, my kidnapping and everyone else's were near identical. There is no question that the culprit is the same in each case.
So that Mitsuo boy who said he killed King Moron?
Everything makes sense now. I can't say for sure until I gather more concrete evidence. But Mitsuo Kubo's only victim was Mr. Muraoka. It was a copycat killing that mimicked the true culprit's method.
No wonder King Moron's death broke the pattern in so many ways.
The question remains, though, as to how Kubo learned of that world.
That's it! That's what was bothering me.
Huh?
Mitsuo could enter the TV, right? Then why didn't he kill King Moron that way?
I believe he didn't understand the other world as well as the true culprit. Even though I can now enter it myself, it wouldn't occur to me to use it for murder. And remember, the previous corpses left no sign that their deaths had anything to do with the other world. After Kubo became wanted, leaving him with nowhere to run, he probably thought for the first time, what if I put my entire body into the TV? The bizarre condition of the corpses that caused such commotion is probably because they died on the other side. It's a simpler explanation than figuring out why the killer would risk disposing of the bodies in such a way. Which means their inexplicable condition of being hung on a foggy day wasn't due to the culprit making a statement. Much of our speculation could be tested if we could ask Kubo in person. However, I've unfortunately been taken off the investigation. And I highly doubt that the police will believe any of this.
They wouldn't admit that it wasn't Mitsuo in the first place. Once you've said something on TV, it's not easy to admit you were wrong.
I believe the primary cause of my dismissal was because I raised that possibility to them. The police won't readily concede that they made false charges. All the more so if the accused is a juvenile. In fact, the overwhelming sentiment with the police force is to end this case with his arrest.
Even if it's possible there's another killer?
Those dickheads. I had a feeling that would be the case. Not that I trusted him in the first place.
But, Naoto, if you were that calm when it happened to you, couldn't you have, you know... I'm not saying you should have caught him, but isn't it kind of sad for an ace detective to go down that easily?
To tell you the truth, I was really scared. I'm sorry.
It can't be helped. None of us could resist the culprit either. Don't forget, Naoto-kun is younger than us, and she's a girl.
Oh yeah, that's true. I keep forgetting when I see her talking like this. You know, Naoto?
What is it?
You got balls. For a girl.
Regardless, I have no doubt that the culprit will continue with his attacks. We can only watch and wait for him to make the next move. But this is no longer a mere job or someone else's affair. I want to know the truth of why we were targeted. please allow me to join your effort?
Of course. We'd be honored to have you on our team.
Thank you very much. I'll do my best, leader.
And there we go. Naoto has officially joined the party. Hooray! Granted, a lot of the stuff that we've learned about has been kind of stuff that we've suspected for a while now. But this at least continues this pattern, and it does become more and more concrete. So it moves from simple suspicion to fact. But unfortunately, one fact still remains. We have no idea of an identity or a motive, really. Like, why specifically target people who are shown on TV? And unfortunately, we also don't have a means of catching him yet. So once again, we're just gonna have to wait for the Midnight Channel to provide another clue.
Since I'm the king of the geniuses, I knew it would work out this way. Ta-da! Now Chan's glasses.
Thank you. They told me about you, Teddy. I can sympathize with your drive to find yourself. If I may help in any way, let me know.
Wow, what a nice girl.
Well, at any rate, we still have work to do, even if most of the police don't see it as their problem. But unfortunately, we don't have the means to catch him. So like I said, we just gotta wait for the Midnight Channel to provide us another clue.
Oh, you're home.
Hey, Nanako. Ooh, my package! Is it my fish combo? It is the fish combo! Ooh, hooray! Now we can go feed the cat again! And my other thing arrived! What is it this time? It is... Ooh! A bead chain! That is awesome! Alright, a little bit of a slight note since I usually kind of talk about these types of things after, well, normally it'd be at school, but we're actually not, will be a little while, so I'll go ahead and speak my piece about this now. I typically see a lot of discussion kind of dealing with just what exactly, well, what Naruto really is. This game has already delved into quite a bit in terms of, well, sexuality. Whether it's explicit sexuality with Rise or homosexuality with Kanji. I see some people basically saying like, oh, well, Naruto is like transgender or something like that. Or something to that extent. And I've seen discussions on it, and just speaking my piece, I don't think it's that complicated. I don't think Naruto quite follows the same characteristics as what, say, Kanji went through. Simply put, Naruto is a girl. She sees herself as a girl. But she wants the world to perceive her as male. Basically, she knows that she's a woman, but she doesn't want the world to see her as a woman. She wants them to see her as a man. And to be honest, like, you see this throughout the time in history, whenever you see women trying to disguise themselves for one reason or another. Probably an example that would be commonplace that people would know about, I would compare Naruto with, say, Mulan. Mulan disguised herself as a male in order to fight in the army, because women weren't allowed to fight in the movie. But she still saw herself as a woman. even though she dressed like a man and she tried to act like a man, she still saw herself as a woman. I think that's the case with Naoto. She wants the world to see her as a man, even though she sees herself as a woman. And in terms of like the clothing, I mean, honest to goodness, just wear whatever's comfortable. That's what I would say, especially with someone like Naoto. Realistically, just wear whatever is comfortable. Follow what you want to wear. And when it comes to like uniforms, I mean, if the school allows it, all the more power to you. Alright, I just wanted to get that bit because I usually kind of talk about those types of controversial issues when it comes to these types of things, and I just want to give my 2 cents about it. Anyway, what are we doing this evening? This evening, we are going to go to our part-time job. Which one? We are going to head to tutoring. We're gonna go ahead and raise up the Tower Arcana. So let's go.
Can you teach me this?
More about the English language. And more useless expression.
Mister.
Bullying. I don't hear of any cases of bullying at Yasogami. I don't think there is. Oh boy, that's a misconception. Shu, just leave it to me. Aha. I believe you. Hey, don't sweat it. I don't mind. You get a lot of different stat points, most of which are useless. I mean, we could get some diligence, that'd be super nice, but...
You'll come again, won't you?
Of course I will, Shu. No bullying in high school because people are more mature. That is a false statement if I have ever heard one. Now, I will admit that I don't recall ever hearing any instances of bullying when I went to high school. But I know for a fact that that is not the case everywhere. People are still people, and they still have those types of instincts. You can be bullied in high school, you can bully in college, you can be bullied in the workforce. To be honest, it's just, for some people, that's just a bit of a personality tick. That they make fun of someone at someone else's expense. And it can be hurtful. It can be incredibly hurtful, even if it's just meant as a joke. And it can have some serious consequences. It's more obvious in school, but it doesn't mean that it's exclusive just to school. So you have to be on the lookout for those types of things. You too, Shu.
Thank you very much.
More money for us. And the day moves on to Friday.
Excuse me.
Oh, Naoto.
Do you have time after school today?
Huh?
Did something happen? No. Rather, I'd like to have a doctor examine Teddy.
A doctor?
You mean a vet?
The normal kind, actually. If you're free, I've scheduled a checkup for him after school today. A thorough physical examination might be a good first step in figuring out what Teddy is. And I thought it might be a good idea for the rest of us to get checkups as well.
Why?
We should see if the fog over there or the power we've gained have had any negative effects on our health. Since you all have been active on the other side far longer than I have, you should definitely be examined.
Negative effects? Don't drop scary stuff on us like it's nothing. Yeah, I never even thought about that.
I've arranged to have Kanji-kun and Rise-san looked at as well.
Wow, you're on the ball about all this. Are you sure you're not an adult?
Her height's a big giveaway, though.
Well, I'll see you all after school.
Well, she does have a point. It never even crossed my mind that it could have any negative effects on us.
That was just an ordinary checkup.
I was kind of looking forward to getting into some gigantic machine and being spun around.
Was there really a point to this? The doctors look confused too.
Oh, they're back.
I'm very sorry for the wait.
I'm very sorry for the wait.
So did they find out anything about Teddy?
They did indeed. They found out that they can't tell anything about him.
Huh?
I even had them take an X-ray, but nothing came up on it. No matter how many times they tried, it would always be too blurry to read.
That sounds weird.
A visual examination and standard palpations indicated that he seems perfectly normal. Since the machine could be malfunctioning, they told me to try another hospital if we're still worried about him. I felt bad for making them go through all this.
So he is different.
Oh my, what should I do? They took a look at everything inside me.
She just said they couldn't see anything on the X-ray, you dork.
But at least they didn't find anything wrong with them, right? Man, we know as much about Teddy as we do those personas and shadows.
Oh yeah, I tried looking them up at the library and on the net. Persona means something like another personality. And I think they listed shadow under the related terms.
Shadows are shadows. I think there's something that comes out of people. I can't really explain.
I performed my own research after the incident. Persona and shadow are common psychological terms. Of course, the ones we are familiar with don't quite fit those definitions. This is what was written in an unofficial project document that I happened to come across. A shadow is suppressed power, and when controlled by one's ego, it becomes a persona.
It becomes a persona? What does that mean? They're basically the same thing? Well, then again, all those shadows we beat the shit out of did turn into personas. Who cares about the details? It doesn't matter what they are. They get in our way, I'll crush them.
Still, I couldn't find any information on how they're related to the other world.
There's so much stuff about us that we don't have a clue about.
There's some things we do know, though. I got a bunch of awesome data with me.
Data?
It's kinda embarrassing that I'm the only one who had personal details shown to the world, so... Ta-da! Nowadays, information wants to be free. Therefore, I'll break the ice by announcing the results of everyone's physical exams.
What?
What? No, you won't. Give them to me now.
Ooh! First place in the shortest legs division is... Who would have guessed?
It's not me, is it? Hey, what kind of things did they examine anyway? Look, if you're gonna blab at all, you might as well tell us the girls' measurements.
What? Are you a complete and utter moron?
Sure, go right ahead. My profile's been public knowledge for ages. Oh, but my bust size is 2 centimeters smaller than they print. My agency insisted.
No! Don't say mine!
Aw, I bet guys won't care what size you are, senpai. And having modestly sized breasts like yours would definitely make it easier to wear a kimono.
What?
Oh yeah, Naoto-kun's in here too, huh? Let's see. Naoto-kun's is...
Huh?
Is this for real? Wait, isn't this measured wrong?
Anyways, the important thing is that according to the examination results, nothing's wrong with our health. So we won't be needing these anymore. I'm going to go shred them.
Well, thank goodness everyone's healthy.
You're right. Let's go home.
After all that, they found out nothing about me. I wonder what I really am.
Well, this might have been a bust, Teddy, but I'm sure the answer's out there. We'll find it together, I promise.
Yeah. Thanks, Sensei.
It does seem really weird that an X-ray would just turn up blurry all those times. Like, seriously, what the hell even is Teddy?
Hey! If you don't hurry, we're gonna leave you guys behind!
Oh, you're home.
Hi, Nanako. Alright, well, midterms start next week. But thankfully there's no need to study, because we are now a sage. Now, a minor side note. You might think that that little bit was just for comic relief, and to a certain degree, you'd be right. But it also just causes something very odd. Just one of those odd facts that's within Persona. You'll notice that it was alluded to when Rise was talking about Naoto's measurements? Well, it's pretty much implied that of what exactly it meant, but in the Persona 4 animation, which is an anime based off of Persona 4, yes, there is an anime based on Persona 4 too, actually. In that specific scene, it's a lot less just hinted at and more just stated. Like, honestly, just one of the funniest lines is just that Rise looks at the papers and just says, "Naoto, this says you're stacked." And it's just one of the funniest lines in it. Which also just begs the question of, how does it not actually show? But you know what, that is not something that we're going to go over. Just one of those oddities. Anyway, we're going to work at the hospital. Scary noises. Scary noises. They're not there. Hmm?
Good job.
Hang in there, Sayoko-san.
I need an adult.
I am an adult.
It is good just to be on the ball when it comes to work. but you shouldn't sacrifice your personal health just to get a job done. After all, you're not going to be able to do any work if you're out sick, or worse, injured. You need to take care of yourself, and I don't think Sayoko is quite doing that.
I'll be going.
Okay, take care.
Goodbye now.
I'm worried about her, but the day moves on to Saturday. Oh, morning, Naoto. That may be true, but we can't just put everything on hold just for this case. We still have other priorities, and tests are important, Naoto. Yeah, trust me, I feel the same, but worrying about it isn't going to help anyone. Very true. Thank you, but what does it have to do with anything? Well, the predicate nominative, that is a hard word to say. In this case would be teacher. Oh boy, he's going to flatter himself. Well, at any rate, we get some more, for once, useless knowledge. Which honestly, I'm fine with. I'm just glad that we maxed out knowledge. Alright, well, classes are over for today, and unfortunately it's raining, so we can't freaking do anything with the cat. So that sucks, but at the very least we can go and try to do something today. What exactly is that something? Well, it's not exactly a whole lot. We can't hang out with you. Well, we might be able to hang out with Yumi. I don't think we can rank up with her yet, though. Well, at any rate, we're not going to do anything with Yumi today. Instead, we are once again heading on up to the shrine. Because we do need points in a different social link. So it might not be with Yumi, but who exactly are we going to be praying for today? Well, once again, like it usually is, it's someone outside of school. And it's for someone who very often needs points. We are going to pray for Eri. We need some extra points in Temperance. Alright, and that well, it doesn't say, but I think we should be good. I think. Maybe. Possibly. I don't know. It's now evening.
Oh, welcome home, big bro.
Aw, thanks, Nanako. Alright, well, with everything that's said and done, I think we're good to call it a day here. Naoto is really on the ball with this type of thing, and, well, it is a good thing to just have ourselves checked out just to make sure that there aren't any negative repercussions for going into the TV world. Though I have a sneaking suspicion on what sort of document she found. Our character wouldn't know that, but us as the player, well, have an idea. I'm not gonna say what, but I'm pretty sure you also know. Maybe, possibly. At any rate, next time on Let's Play Persona 4. Exams begin in about a week, and we don't have any leads to go off of. Though, looking at our stats, that is a very nice chart to see. We are still one rank away from maxing Diligence. But Diligence, like I've mentioned previously, is probably the least important stat that needs to be maxed. I don't think any social link requires you having max Diligence, so it's not actually a big deal. We'll still try to max it out because it's still helpful, and, well, it would be nice just to have all of our stats maxed, but it's not a pressing matter. At any rate, we do still have social links that we can further develop, since we are going to need to be at our, well, strongest if we're still going to pursue this culprit. And to become stronger, we just need to develop our social links that much further. So until next time, everyone, take care.